Everyone, welcome to my channel. This is the lecture number 10 of chapter number 2, electrostatics and electrostatic potential and capacitance, and this is going to be your last lecture of this unit. In the previous lecture we saw some properties of dielectrics when dielectric is put on any external electric field, and then we saw the energy stored in a capacitor. So today we will start with our types of dielectric, and we will study some properties related to the types of dielectric. As you know, dielectrics are insulating materials which transmit electric effects without actually conducting it. So dielectrics can be classified into two types. First is non-polar dielectrics and other is polar dielectrics. So first is non-polar dielectrics. So non-polar dielectric materials are those materials in which the center of mass of positive charge coincides with center of mass of negative charge in the molecule. As you know, molecule consists of positive charge as well as negative charge. Then only it becomes a neutral one. So in the non-polar dielectrics there are no poles, means the center of mass of positive charge coincides with center of mass of negative charge of the molecule. For example, H2, it is like this. H2, one molecule of H, other molecule of H, it makes your H2. So here in H2 molecule, the center of mass of positive charge coincides with the center of mass of negative charge in normal conditions. Means by normal conditions we mean there is no external electric field. So next is your polar dielectric. So polar dielectrics are those materials, or we can say polar dielectrics are those dielectrics in which the center of positive and negative charges do not coincide because of asymmetric shape of molecule. Means as a non-polar dielectrics, in polar dielectric it has one positive charge and one negative charge, and these two centers do not coincide with each other. For example, HCl, NH3, and water is also one of the examples. And I can make water like this: H2O, one hydrogen, second hydrogen, and this is oxygen. Oxygen should be bigger, so this is oxygen, these are two hydrogen. So this is the shape of H2O. So water is a polar dielectric material. Or in polar dielectric, as the center of mass of positive and negative charges coincide in non-polar, but in polar dielectric they do not coincide. Means it will have some dipole moment in it. Means as you know, the dipole moment P is equals to Q into 2L. So polar dielectric will have some dipole moment. Next is dielectric strength. So dielectric strength is the maximum electric field that a dielectric medium can withstand without breaking down its insulating property is called its dielectric strength. So each and every dielectric material has its own dielectric strength, and it could be measured with some specific experiments, and there is one table of each and every dielectric, such as natural rubber, mica, polystyrene, and so on. So that was all for dielectrics. Now we will see capacitance of a parallel plate capacitor with a conducting slab. In the previous lectures, we have seen the capacitance of a parallel plate capacitor when there is nothing between the plates of the capacitor. Now we will calculate the capacitance when there is a conducting slab introduced between the parallel plates of the capacitor. So this is the scenario. These are two plates of parallel plate capacitor. One has charge positive and other has charge negative, and charge stored between the two plates of capacitor is plus minus q, or we can say mod of q is the charge stored between the plates of capacitors. As you can see from the figure, the distance between the two plates is d, and I have introduced a conducting slab in between the two plates, and the thickness of this conducting slab is t. As you can see, this is positive plate and this is negative plate. So electric field, direction of electric field will be from positive to negative. So this will be the direction of electric field, and as this is your conducting slab, so electric field inside it will be 0. So I can write it here, E is equal to 0 inside the conducting slab. So we can say the electric field exists only in the distance or only in the space d minus t, means in this space and in this space, as E is equals to 0 inside this conducting slab. So from the relation between potential and electric field intensity, we know V is equals to E into dr. So to find the potential or the potential difference between these two plates, I write it here. So the potential difference between the two plates would be V is equals to E into the distance, and the space is d minus t. So I can write E naught in the place of E, as it is electric field in vacuum. From Gauss's theorem, we have calculated E between the two plates. When the two plates are opposite charged, then electric field in between the plates is equal to sigma upon epsilon naught, where sigma is your surface charge density of plates and epsilon naught is permittivity of free space. So I will write sigma upon epsilon naught in place of E naught. And as sigma is surface charge density, so sigma can be written as charge upon area, and capital Q is the charge here. So I can write Q divided by A in the place of sigma and epsilon as it is, and d minus t in the numerator. As in this derivation we are calculating the capacitance of a parallel plate capacitor. So to introduce the term capacitance in this formula, we know the relation between C and V. C is equal to Q divided by V. So I will write in the place of V, I will write this formula, Q divided by A epsilon naught d minus t. So I get capacitance C is equal to A epsilon naught divided by d minus t. In the denominator, I take d out of this bracket, and inside it 1 minus t divided by d. So in the numerator, I can write the numerator as epsilon naught A divided by d upon 1 minus t divided by d. So this is the formula when there was nothing between the plates of capacitor. So I can write epsilon naught A divided by d as C naught. What is C naught? C naught is the capacitance when there is nothing between the plates of parallel plate capacitor, and when there is a conducting slab, it transforms into C is equals to C naught divided by 1 minus T by D. So final formula is C naught divided by 1 minus T by D. So from this formula you can see clearly that C is greater than C naught. So from this formula we infer that capacitance increases on introducing a conducting slab in between the plates of parallel plate capacitor. So this was the case when a conducting plate was introduced between the plates of a parallel plate capacitor. Now we will see the capacitance, what happens to the capacitance when a dielectric slab is introduced between the plates of parallel plate capacitor. These are the two plates of a parallel plate capacitors having positive and negative charge. These two plates are separated by a distance of d, and a dielectric slab of thickness T is introduced between the two plates of a parallel plate capacitor. Now as you can see, E naught is the electric field outside this dielectric, direction of which is from plus positive charge, positive plate to negative plate. And you know, when dielectric is placed in any external electric field, the molecules inside the dielectric gets polarized, means this side will get positive charge and this side will have some negative charges. So the induced electric field direction inside the dielectric will be in opposite to outside electric field. I can write it as EP or E polarized. So final E or E net can be written as E naught minus EP. This will be the effective electric field inside the dielectric. As you can see, outside the dielectric between the plates in this place, the electric field is E naught, and inside it EP is introduced. But net electric field, as E naught is greater than EP, so net electric field, or we can say inside the dielectric electric field, will be equal to E naught minus EP. So the potential difference between the two plates will be equal to V is equal to E naught D minus T. In these two spaces, the distance is D minus T, so V will be equal to E naught D minus T plus E T, as E is electric field inside the dielectric. But we know the ratio of E naught divided by E, that is electric field in vacuum divided by electric field any medium, is equal to relative permittivity, or we can say it is equal to dielectric constant. So I can write E is equals to E naught divided by K. So the equation becomes V is equal to E naught D minus T plus E naught by K, where K is dielectric constant, into T. And if I take E naught out from this equation, it becomes V is equal to E naught in the bracket D minus T plus T divided by K. And we know for parallel plate, between the parallel plates, electric field is equal to E naught is equal to sigma upon epsilon naught, and in the place of sigma, Q upon A, I can write Q upon A. So E naught becomes Q divided by A epsilon naught. So potential difference between the plates will take the form Q divided by A epsilon naught D minus T plus T divided by K, where K is the dielectric constant. So for calculating the capacitance of the capacitor with dielectric between the plates, I will write again relation between C and V, that is C is equals to Q divided by V, and in the place of V, this whole equation can be written, so it becomes Q divided by. So the formula for capacitance is equal to C equal to epsilon naught A divided by D minus T in bracket 1 minus 1 divided by K, where K is the dielectric constant. So from the equation again, you can see that the capacitance of capacitor on introduction of dielectric slab between the plates of capacitor, the capacitance increases as C is greater than C naught. So we can say the capacitance increases. Now we will see two cases. Case number 1, when T is equal to D, means when the dielectric slab fits completely between the plates of parallel plate capacitor, then C will be equal to, we will put T is equals to D in this equation, then C is equal to K epsilon naught A divided by D, or as epsilon naught A divided by D is equals to C naught, so C is equals to K C naught. So we can say the capacity becomes K times when the dielectric slab was completely filled between the parallel plate capacitor. Case number 2, when T is equals to D by 2. On putting T is equals to D by 2 in the equation, C is equal to epsilon naught A divided by D by 2 minus T 1 minus 1 by K. So this was the capacitance when dielectric slab is introduced between the plates of a parallel plate capacitor. So now all the topics have been covered in this lecture, in these lecture series of unit number 1, and there are two chapters have been covered. So here I close this lecture, and in the next lectures I will start the second unit, that is current electricity. Thank you for watching this video.